Hello, everyone. Natalie here, Natalie J. I'm taking off my glasses because when I'm looking at my computer, I can see the glare coming off my frames, and I'm not sure that if that's something you can see. Today is February 18th, 2022, and I'm trying to smile because I'm in a lot of pain right now. And this is an update on my diabetes journey. Now, I'm not sure how the beginning went. I actually don't remember making those videos on Trulicity uh, way back when, but keeping, I guess, a diary of my journey was supposed to help me feel, it was supposed to help me feel more accountable. It wasn't only a video diary. I also did a spreadsheet, which I did not keep up with. I started it for a good week, and then I got so sick. I was in so much pain that I didn't keep up with it at all. Actually, I don't even remember my last update. It got to the point where I was just writing in pain, didn't eat anything, or ate a Big Mac. But this is I'm gonna talk about everything. I'll start all over if I have to. Um, oh goodness. Oh, y'all can't see that. It's okay. And y'all can't hear that, so it's just me. I was diagnosed with diabetes in 2012. If I'm gonna go back earlier, I had gestational diabetes with my second pregnancy, my second child, my son. And let me see. I was here in Georgia during that time when I was treated. We didn't do anything. It was more like watch your sugars. Oh, in my first pregnancy, my doctor would tell me where to watch my sugars. She said I wasn't diabetic, but I was getting there. I was getting close. Um, so watch your sugars, watch what you eat. And when I was pregnant with my daughter, um, how much did I weigh? I remember being 209 pounds. Um, at the very beginning of it, at the very beginning of my pregnancy. And at the end, I believe I was about 225 pounds when I delivered her. Not delivered, she was yanked out into the world. Same thing. Um, Let me see what else. So that's going back to 2009 to 2010. 2010 to 2011, I don't believe I lost much weight. Between pregnancies, it was 18 months between my daughter and my son being born. And I definitely had gestational diabetes with him. And in 2012, when I started being seen by the VA, they told me I had uncontrolled diabetes. My A1C was an 11 or 12. It was high and it was uncontrolled. I was put on metformin. Um, Regular metformin at the time, I don't believe they had extended release back then. And it made me sick. So I did not take metformin. I would not take it. And it went uncontrolled for a long time. I did the classes that the VA put me through, about a 2 or 3 hour class with Nurse Tandy, my favorite VA nurse. And I could not get it under control. I was put on a few different medicines. I'm trying to think of the names, but I can't remember. Um, Eventually, I was told that at the 10-year mark, you could lose your eyesight, you could lose your limbs, neuropathy, a whole bunch of stuff with diabetes, and that scared me. And I'm not the kind of person that um, you know how a lot of times people will use fear as a tactic to get you to feel some way or do something. I'm not that kind of person. Um, so it wasn't about missing my eyes. It wasn't about not being able to do anything. It wasn't death. It was, oh God, I'm already getting emotional. it was my kids. I have two kids, and the idea of not being there for them, it messes me up. And that scares me because I lost my mom as a young kid. Um, so the idea of not being there for them, that's what gets me the most. But I was so messed up at the time, my mental health wise, that it didn't matter to me. I felt like my kids are better off without me. Though it took me a long time to get to the point where I would do it, not for them, but for myself. And I worked hard. Um, I worked out. My big thing of getting my diabetes under control was making sure I worked out. Working out is not just something I do for health. It's a good coping skill. In the military, it's kind of a lifestyle. We do it every day. So working out is a great way for me to get all the hurt out, get all the demons out, let all the rage out. Um, so my diabetes went uncontrolled for a long time. I got put on Trulicity several years back. I love Trulicity. I've talked about it before on my videos, mentioned Trulicity. I even have a video of how to give yourself the Trulicity injection. Trulicity is expensive in the United States. If you don't have insurance, if you don't have that little discount that lets you get it for $25 a month for a couple of months, you're paying almost $1,000 a month. And they don't care if $1,000 is a third of your income or a half of your income. If you are a veteran and you don't have your prescriptions covered 100%, you have to pay. You have to pay that money. And yes, you don't have to pay it up front. You can go on a payment plan, but that's a lot of money to dish out. Social Security people on SSI, that's too much money for them to pay out. But Trulicity worked for me. Now I never got to the, let me rephrase that. I got to, no, I got, okay, under seven. Under seven was my goal for diabetes, for my A1C. That's what my pills doctor, the pharmacy people, my pills doctor, Dr. Larry told me. 7 is my goal. It's not normal, but 7 is my goal for me. It's not in a normal range, I mean. It's still the diabetic range, but 7 was my goal. And I got there one time, and the entire time I was taking Trulicity. I took Trulicity with metformin, and I cannot remember the other pills that I was on. But I was given metformin extended release, and that worked better for my body. My glucose numbers were also better. They were still above the normal range. Normal is between 70 and 100. Mine were above that range, but it was lower than the 200s, the high 200s that I was dealing with. So I had my system, and I would go to bat for Trulicity. Unfortunately, the VA stopped using Trulicity. I'm not really sure why, but I was switched over to Ozempic about 8 months ago. And I really hope this video isn't as grainy as it looks right now, but whatever. I'll figure it out in the longer run. I was switched over to Ozempic in 2021. And where Trulicity is you kind of jab yourself. Trulicity, Trulicity, you jab yourself. Ozempic, you wind up the pen and then you press the button. You have to stick the needle in your skin and you press the button, and that's when all the medicine comes out. And with Trulicity, you put the pen against your skin and you jab the button like a shot or like checking your glucose. And you get a shot with the medicine. Um, so Ozempic took a little bit. It took a little more for me because I have to physically put the needle into my skin. Um, but it's no worse than Trulicity. And Ozempic, actually, I was been very surprised. I took Ozempic. I had my blood tests in November, and it came back that my A1C was a 5.6. Um, and that's being on the 1 milligram. I was on a lower dosage before my A1C came down. I don't remember what it was, and then my dosage was bumped up to the one, and my A1C in November was a 5.6, which is in the normal range for diabetes. I couldn't believe it. I accused the VA of mixing up my blood with somebody else's. That's how much I could not believe it. I was shocked. I was shocked because I've been sick all of this time, ill, that I know I have not been doing. I haven't been working out for one. The last time I worked out was the first week of August in 2021. I worked out that first week. I went to the track every day. Oh, sorry. I had surgery on Friday, and if I move too much, it starts to pool. Um, anyway, I worked out that first week of August. My kids came home from school sick, and after that, we were sick for about a month, and I ooh, I just started to feel bad. I did not feel good at all. Um, I was in pain all the time, and I never went back. So my A1C was a 5.6. Um, couldn't believe it. As I've talked about before, I'm supposed to be getting a breast reduction. I'm supposed to have a breast reduction. And the doctor told me that because my A1C was so high, the chance that I wouldn't heal from the surgery were high. Um, like I couldn't have the surgery, I would risk getting an infection. I had a greater chance of getting an infection, and my weight. Um, I had a big chance of getting an infection. And back then, I was about 220 pounds. I hadn't lost much weight. Um, well, I yo-yoed with my weight. Um, so 220, 225 has been my highest weight overall this time. So 5.6 in November. And I said, okay, I'm gonna do better. I did not do better eating wise. I have a Coke with me right now. Yesterday was my shot day. Whenever I have a shot day, I always make sure I eat less healthy, and that's just to protect myself because I freak out when my glucose is in the normal range. Um, because you hear about falling into a coma, low blood sugar, that kind of thing. I don't like it. I have a while to go before. Well, I don't think I have a while to go before my meds get moved. I have an appointment in April, and I'm hoping that if my A1C is there again, that I will be able to come off the metformin um, all the way because I don't take it like I'm supposed to right now. So let me speak on the surgery I just had. I was sick when the pandemic happened. Kids went home in March. That September, I got really sick. I found myself on my sofa and unable to move. If you guys, I'm in my room right now. If you guys remember the video that I did where I had all the gym equipment around me, the gym equipment is in storage. Not even this, it's at my ex's house. I bought this house, a safe space for me and my kids. I got sick and I moved out. I moved back in with my ex because I believed I was going to die. I thought that was it for me. The pandemic was big. I couldn't get in with a doctor. Nobody could tell me what was wrong with me. Um, I drove 100 miles to the VA and I got sent home the next morning with no help. no help at all. Actually, they pointed to my ovaries. The female doctor pointed to my ovaries and said, "We don't do ovaries here." It was very, it was disheartening. And I went there needing help, and when I left, I just felt like I wanted to die. Um, it was very disheartening. But I'm stronger than how anyone can make me feel. Um, but no one can help me. I actually had to go through the town doctor and get seen there, and they said that I needed a consult with a gynecologist. And so I went through the VA and said I need a consult with a gynecologist. And the VA gynecologist said there was nothing wrong with me. He even called me and to tell me there was nothing wrong with me because I had sent letters saying, you know, um, this is not my first run-in with this doctor, um, and he's dismissing me. The first time I had a pap smear that was not clear, and he dismissed me because there's no family history. Well, no one ever asked me about a family history. The second time, I believe it was for the consult for the GYN consult. And then the third time it was for a referral. And I make sure when I do my emails with the VA that I say this is the first time, second time, the third time I'm writing about this. Because the great thing about the secured message system with the VA is that that stays in the system. It gets put in your notes, your medical notes. So if you pull up your medical file, if you download it, your VA notes, that's where all your secured messages are at. So you have a paper trail, which is amazing. Whew. So eventually I got to see a GYN outside in the civilian world. Um, normally I would um, advocate for a female doctor, but there weren't any available. So I said, okay, I'll take the male doctor, and he has turned out to be great. Um, we did some kind of ablation last January in 2021. They went through my wrist. You can't see it because of the light. It actually still hurts when I press on it. They put a tube through my wrist in an outpatient surgery, and they were supposed to release particles to shrink my fibroids. I don't remember what it's called. I was told it was 88% effective, and it didn't work. For 3 months, I was cool. My menstrual cycles were felt more normal. Um, I had a few that were 3 days. I couldn't believe it. After March, though, I started feeling the pain. I started feeling the changes. My menstrual cycle, my menstrual cycle came at the normal time, then came back 2 weeks later, um, which is something I have been dealing with, as a woman this whole time. And sorry for you guys that come on here. Maybe you just want to know about the diabetes, and I'm talking about my menstrual cycle, but um, my menstrual cycle irregularities. It's a part of it. So a part of me believed Trulicity is the reason why I have fibroids because I never heard about fibroids. They came out of left field for me. It's not something I ever dealt with. I had 2 children and it was never mentioned. Um, so anyway, it didn't work. And 3 months later in the summer, the doctor said, "How do you feel?" And I was like, "Well, I'm feeling crazy because it's not working, and I feel like it should be." And the doctor said, "No, you're right. It's not working." My uterus had grown bigger, the fibroids were bigger, everything. Um, so then I was scheduled for a hysterectomy. Um, and I had that hysterectomy last Friday on February 11th, 2022. And for whatever reason, I believe that healing from a hysterectomy, recovering from a hysterectomy would be like recovering from a C-section. I've had 2 of those. I could do them no problem. It's not. It's not at all. I don't remember being in this much pain with my C-sections. Um, but it went well. I can't, obviously can't show you my incision because it's down there, but it's healing. Now, the last time I talked about my weight, I believe I was, if you look at the journal that I posted, you see me, I always post about the weight that I was losing, and I honestly couldn't believe it. But you'll see, it was consistent. Sometimes I didn't lose any weight at all. Oh, bear with me for a minute. Now, I don't have a bra on, so my breasts are down to here, but I have lost over 30 pounds actually. My weight is actually at 177 pounds. Sorry about the slowness. It's hard to move. So, from 210, putting it to 177, I have lost this weight, and I cannot put it, it wasn't me. It wasn't dieting. It wasn't exercising because I wasn't doing none of that. It was the Ozempic. And people are speaking praises about the Ozempic, and now I see why. I had another blood test. Like I said, I accused the VA of mixing my blood with someone else's, and the result was the same, 5.6. Again, that's without really changing my eating habits. The only thing is, the one meal a day. I can really only eat once a day, with maybe some snacks here, crackers, or in between. But when I tell you that the past 3 months, my diet has consisted of Coca-Cola and chocolate, I'm not lying. If anything, I'm not eating right, but I'm not eating a lot. That's the most credit I can give myself. It really has been the Ozempic. So I still take my shot. I take it every Thursday. I just went 2 weeks without it, because my medicine sat out. My prescription goes to my ex's house to make sure that it's delivered, and the dogs got a hold of the box. And by the time I saw it, I'm not sure how long um, everything was sitting out, and the boxes were warm. The medicine was warm. And so you have to discard it after X amount of days, if the temperature changes. So that's what I did. I had to discard over a month's worth, a month's worth of Ozempic. I mean, I'm not going to take the chance of taking a bad shot. I would rather just not have the medicine. Um, I'm trying to think of how I feel. I feel awful because I'm in pain, but um, I cried. Uh, I cried seeing my glucose numbers, because to go from where I was to, a normal range was shocking to me. And I do this for my kids, make sure I'm around for my children. I'm 34. I just turned 34 a few weeks ago. I've outlived my mother. My mother only lived to 33. Um, so I feel like I'm going to be able to have more time with my children. Um, be there for them in a way that my mother wasn't there for me. Um, and that feels good, and it hurts at the same time. I whew, um the fear is, we take care of our children, we teach our children to survive, and the fear is that I haven't taught them enough. I haven't spent enough time with them. Uh, I don't want them to grow up how I grew up, and that's a big thing for me. So for my glucose to have come down, um, because of the medicine itself, because of the way the medicine makes me feel. And I'm gonna say that the first time I took Ozempic, I had a bad reaction. I was sick, I was nauseated, and I didn't take the shot again for a few weeks. But I've been taking it consistently. I've had a 2 week gap between my shot before I had my surgery and yesterday. No reaction today at all. Um, it's been amazing, and I'm going to keep taking it, and I'll keep speaking its praises. So my goal right now is to heal from the surgery because when my fibroids started getting bad, I couldn't work out. I felt sick all the time. Like I said in the beginning, I was stuck on the sofa and I thought I was gonna die. So my hope is that once my incision and my body has healed, I'll be able to get back to it, get back to the track, grab my equipment. I'm gonna put my boxing bag outside. It'll be outside in the yard. Um, my treadmill. I want to put my treadmill. I don't have enough room. I might put my treadmill on the side of my bed or in the living room. But I want all my equipment back. The only thing I won't have is the bench because I left that with my ex and he let the dog destroy it. My dog ate the back of it. So there's that. So I have the boxing, I have my treadmill and my bike. Um, I might get myself a new bike. But yeah, and I'd like to, the breast reduction surgery. So I haven't talked to the doctor yet. I'm at the weight I need to be at, though. He wanted me to get down to 185 pounds, I believe, to have the surgery. He also told me that if I kept losing weight, I did the surgery and then kept losing weight, I would be back in the same situation that I'm in right now. So after another consult, I'm going to talk to him and it would be better for me to see if it would be better for me to have the surgery once I'm at the weight that I want to be at, which is a more normal weight. When I went to the service in 2006, I was 154 pounds. I would like to get there or even drop more. For my height at 5'3", 63 inches, our normal weight is about 135 pounds. I'm not sure how likely I am to get there, but if I'm between 140 and 150 pounds, that would be great. For me, I would be fine. I should have a normal A1C. I should not be on any medication because I think I would just be considered overweight and not obese. And I could have the breast reduction surgery, and that might help me drop. I think he said it would only be about 5 pounds. Um, you would only lose about 5 pounds of weight with the breast reduction surgery. Also, I'm waiting to find out the results. I guess after they pull out my uterus and stuff, they test it for whatever, and I should be finding out the results of that at my next GYN appointment. So the goal is to get off my medicine. First, the metformin. I'll stick to the Ozempic because that's a weekly thing. I would like to get off the metformin though, and see how I do adjust Ozempic. And after that, I would like to drop another 20 pounds. I said I was 177 today. Let's drop another 30 pounds. That would put me at 147. So off my medicine, drop another 30 pounds, and then have my breast reduction surgery. We are in what month? We're in February. There's a couple of days left in the month, less than 10 days. There's about 10 days left in the month. So I'm not trying to lose 30 pounds in 3 months. I do have a fear of being under anesthesia. That was a big thing for me with this hysterectomy, and that's mainly because of the healing, that kind of thing, in a general sense that once I get put to sleep, I won't wake up, especially with me, someone who struggles with sleep now. I've always struggled with sleep insomnia, getting to sleep, falling asleep, staying asleep, and sleep apnea. I have a CPAP in my closet actually. I haven't had to use it in a while. I've lost 30 pounds since I've been diagnosed with sleep apnea. And I don't I don't know because I guess I would have to be retested. Um, I would have to be retested to see if I still have it. I just feel like if I've lost weight and I'm overall doing better, then I would assume that the sleep apnea has also improved. But I can't prove that because I'm not a doctor. So get off my medicine, lose weight, have my breast reduction surgery, and become Oprah rich. I feel like it's a shame I'm not rich right now. I've told myself, like I'm sure I've mentioned in the other videos, once I get to where I want to be health wise, I'm going to take more time for myself. Um, there was a mental health camp going on in California that I wanted to go out to, but those tickets are kind of pricey. And even if it's just to chill with someone I'm a fan of, I'm not sure that I can justify the cost. For one, I don't have $900 to throw at an event that's across the country when I still would have to find a way to get across the country. So I want to do more for myself. I want to start traveling, take the kids. I want to take my daughter to Brazil so she could see the Jesus. Um, she's big on religion right now, and I would like to take her to New York so she could see the Statue of Liberty. And Liberty is more than likely going to happen before the Jesus because obviously I could drive to New York. I cannot drive to Brazil. Um, anyway, this is it. Thank you for watching. You know, if you watched my videos before and taken anything from them, I hope you're doing well. I've always felt alone in my journey. Uh, and for me to know that people will see my videos and say, you know, you seem kind of real and I don't do this for profitability. Um, what I found is that the videos help me. They're good for my mental health. Sometimes they help me remain accountable. Um, I hope you're doing well because I know people who have passed away from diabetes, people who have lost limbs, you know, fallen into a comas, and um, the idea of anybody's child to the idea of that someone's kid has to grow up alone because of something that we don't have to be dealing with. Um, it breaks my heart. You know, diabetes has been around a long time. They used to call it the sugar. Um, you go outside and you pee on an ant pile, and if the ants go towards your pee, you have the sugar. Diabetes has been around a long time, and research medicine development treatment is not where I feel it should be. If you look at HIV and AIDS, my mom died of HIV. AIDS has been around, HIV's been around since the 80s, and now they've made it to where it's untraceable. Um, People who have been diagnosed with it can walk around with it, and it's untraceable to them. And now I just saw a report where they say they cured a woman. So I just feel like with something like diabetes that's been around longer, more should be done. And the medicine should not be as expensive as it is, because real people can't afford it. So real people are dying and because of the pharmaceutical industry. Anyway, I don't want to get political about it. Just take care of yourself. And I'm not a doctor, so talk to your doctor. I'm just telling you what my experience has been. I've lost more than 30 pounds on Ozempic, and my A1C has been in a normal range now for 6 months. And I'm telling you that my diet has consisted of Coca-Cola and chocolate mainly. I have trail mix, so I do have the nuts and stuff, but I'm not eating a lot. I do have the what is it? Gosh, reduced appetite. Or I'll eat something and I'll feel full. I cannot. I cook dinner. Things smell different. Things smell disgusting, even though I know it's good. I've cooked it. My kids love it. Um, it's something. And so if you're on Ozempic, let me know. Let me know how you're dealing with it. Um, Eventually, I will post a video on how to take the shot, like I did with Trulicity. And if you're still on Trulicity, let me know. Um, Let me know how you're doing with that too. I love Trulicity. As I said, I was on it for years, even though I never got down to the normal range. But I did get my blood, my A1C did get down below 7 once. Um, I look forward to making more of these videos in the future. It's been way too long. I've just not been in a great space. But I'm back in my own house again with my children, and I'm healing, so a day at a time. Y'all have a great day, and thanks for watching.